All right, welcome back to our part 3 video. Today what we're taking a look at in this segment is we're introducing Gunfire. Now, I highly recommend that when you're doing this section, you take a couple of things in mind. First off, this works great if you do it right after you have introduced birds, and the gunner thrown mark is what we saw in one of our earlier videos, and do it in the same spot. In fact, you could do this right after. You could do throw a gunner thrown mark, and then just the next one, there's a bang that goes with it. Now, when you're doing Gunfire, you have to take into consideration where you are and obviously what ammo you're using. When we are doing gun dog training, 99.9% of the rounds that we fire are not live ammo. That is for safety reasons, of course. Also, it's just a little bit less expensive. So there's lots of good options for how to create gunfire sound without actually using live rounds. So please remember gun safety when we're doing this. Especially for me, I have my children that help with this, so it's a good opportunity to practice gun safety. And we know that there's not any opportunity for someone to get hurt, but we always make sure we keep that barrel in the safe direction, the safety is utilized, etc., etc. We know those rules. Now, what we're going to do here is we're going to introduce Gunfire, and this one video is basically going to be a sped up version of what you ought to spread out over a fair amount of time. Aries has already been introduced to Gunfire, so I'm going to kind of show you in this one video how we do a bunch. But it's pretty obvious. Right? So what we're going to do is we're going to do a mark just like we did here before, except we're going to quack, throw the duck, and then the Gunfire is going to go off. Now Gunfire is going to start all the way down at the end of the field with the duck. Now I'm actually not using my wireless microphone today. I want you to be able to hear the sound a little bit better in this video. And then what we're going to do, we're going to scoot up so that you can hear that sound, and we're going to show you how it increases. So let's take a look at our first mark. Here, Aries, here. Good boy. Sit. All right, let's do it. Aries. Good boy, Aries. Good boy. Here. Remember, at this stage, we're still doing introductory work. We're trying to be positive and encourage the dog to come back. If he doesn't bring it straight to us, then that's okay. We're not worried about a stylish delivery. This is about getting him used to the gun. So now my gunner is going to walk about halfway up. Obviously, it's critical that when we do this, that you are paying attention to your dog's response to the gunfire. If your dog has not heard a lot of loud sounds or hasn't been around kind of noisy chaos, or if you have a dog that's just kind of sensitive, you're going to want to go slow on this. If the dog flinches, if the dog gives you this number, like they're nervous or they don't go as soon as you release them, then we go slower on this. We take it nice and slow. You can fix a dog that is gun shy, but it is a pain in the neck. And every dog that is gun shy was made gun shy. They are not born gun shy. They learn to be afraid of the gun. Some dogs are more sensitive. Some dogs are more prone to it. But every dog that's afraid of the gun learned to be afraid of the gun because they weren't introduced in a good way. So, I'm going to get rid of this duck. Over here. Heel. Good. Sit. Aries. This is also a good opportunity where we're restraining the dog. We have an opportunity here where I'm holding him in place and I'm saying his name to release him. On that one, I meant to keep my hand on his behind to help keep him set down, like we did on the first one. Good boy. Good. So we can do several different training objectives at once. Yes, that's another duck. Good boy. Okay, so on this last one, I'm going to have my gunner come all the way up here beside me, and he's going to be on my right side, and the dog is on my left. And again, we're always keeping that gun in a safe direction, making sure that everything goes well. I'm going to scoot up one step. Sit. All right, hit it, sweetie. Aries. And what you're looking for is a dog that is like just begging to go. That's what we want to see. That the dog is lunging and ready to go. We can apply a little bit of restraint here. That's okay. If he drops it early, that's okay. We're not worried about making all of that pretty yet. He's over here wanting to mess around with the other ducks. That's all okay. Today was about introducing the gun, and this is what we should see it look like. And again, this 1 5-minute video would represent perhaps weeks if you have a dog that is sensitive to the gun. So remember, take it easy, make sure the dog has a good response, and you won't create a gun-shy dog.